Welcome to 1990. This vlog is going to be about the 90s.
In my mind, in my head, this is where we all came from. The dreams we have, the love we share, this is what we're waiting for. And in my mind, in my head, this is where we all came from. The dreams we have, the love we share, this is what we're waiting for.
So what happened in the 90s? We took a lot less tackle. Everything was all like kind of military if they could, you know, because tackle companies didn't really provide bespoke clothing for people. The only time that was used was in match fishing, so Daiwa and companies like that. They would have logos for match anglers right the way across the luggage, but carp anglers had to make do, create things. It was just starting to become popular. It was a specimen angler's sport where very few people did it, and in the 90s it became vogue to the state that it is now. Well, what kind of tackle did we used to take then? You speak to me, you tell me what you took in the 90s if you was fishing in the 90s. Maybe it was like kind of, I don't know, you took a Shakespeare tackle box full of carp gear and rods. Well, now what I took was a basic rucksack. I also took a bivvy that went onto the top of the rucksack. You'll see that now. It's the bivvy on the top of a rucksack. Nothing more to it. Also, I had a bed chair. Everything had to fit into the rucksack, every last item. And everything had to be compact because you had a long walk. We didn't use wheelbarrows then. Everything had to be done on what we call Shanks's pony.
I was flying on the bench, sliding in the park across the street. Later that week. My sticky paws were in the making straws at a big fat slurpy treats. An incredible late food heat. Now the funny glare of pain me tearing, staring under heat. Involved in unusual feet. And I'm not only a monk, but I invite who will wanna come. So I missed a million miles of fun.
So we've set up, and what we've got is we've got the bait runners, Shimano bait runners, the Aeros, I think they're 90s. I've got the Sealer rods from Northwestern, they're 90s. I've got the Super XL alarms, I think they're Della Reed they were called. Got them. Now one thing I'm not too sure about, please comment, let me know. I've got some Fox Euro swingers, were they 90s? The reason why I say that is I struggled to find some indicators. I couldn't find any monkey climbers, I couldn't find the things I used to use. I must have thrown them away or lost them, but a lot of gear I lost a good number of years ago because I got burgled. So a lot of my 80s stuff, late 70s that my grandfather got me, disappeared. Somebody nicked it. Now, how are we setting up on this? Simple one. Hair rig, a black hook. It's not a Jack Hilton, but it's the closest I can find to a Jack Hilton. That was a hook that was about in the late 80s, early 80s and early 90s. A little bit of putty. Chris Dom brought some putty out in the 90s. Dacron hook link, you can see there, black hook link. A brown coated zip lead. Now the zip leads then in the 90s, they weren't really coated. Most of them were just the lead. That was it, we didn't coat them. So that's just a bit of a fad that came around. A running lead, and we also have a bead. That's it. It's nothing complicated. Now, we used to call that a bolt rig, but what we used to do is we used to put a little like kind of ledger stop at the back there. We don't do that anymore because that'd be a death rig, because you need to be able to lose that rig. So on this water today, I'm going to keep it as close as I can. I'm not putting on the ledger stop at the back of there. I'm just keeping it simple like it was. I'm going to cut the tag end off this as soon as I can as well. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to fish a pop-up. Now, a bait I used to use then was a quality bait swan in the 90s. I used to use Patchell Park. That was something that we used to buy from mail order, because the only things you could buy then on bait wise around here, this is Staler Bridge where we are at the moment, and this lake I'm on here now is the lake I used to fish in the 90s when I was about 18, 19, 20, 21. I used to come down here in the evenings. That's what I used to do. This is called Rainwater. Staler Bridge Angling Club. No, not Staler Bridge Angling Club, Carbrook Angling Club. Now, what we could buy around here was Richworths. Richworths don't exist anymore, I think they've gone. Nutra baits and Crafty Catcher. That's all we could buy around here. That's all that was available in the early 90s for us in this area. We used to go to Barriette's in Hyde, and it was freezer baits we could buy. And we used to go to Roxy Aquatics in National on the Line and buy Crafty Catcher and some Nutra baits mixes off John. That's who I think he's still there. After all these years, I think he's still there. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Oh, bank sticks, buzzer bars. They're actually Stevie Neville's, but these Stevie Neville's were made by himself personally when he used to, I think he used to work for British Aerospace. So these are from Stevie Neville himself, and he made them specifically. I like that. Anyway, we're going to see if we can catch some more fish, and we'll talk about other things, 90s, a little bit later.
Just tell me how I got this far. Just tell me why you're here and who you are. 'Cause every time I look, you're never there. And every time I sleep, you're always there. 'Cause you're everywhere to me. And when I close my eyes, it's you I see. You're everything I know that makes me believe I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I recognize the way you make me feel. It's hard to think that you.
So don't forget to like and subscribe. Press that bell button, get notifications for future videos. Now, the other thing we're going to put in the lake as well is particle. This became prevalent in the 80s and then 90s. Tiger nuts and peanuts. Peanuts was a massive thing then. A lot of waters banned it because people didn't know how to do preparation. So in some of the videos we're going to do in the future, I'm going to show you to do some preparation. How you can go to your animal feed shop, your Chinese restaurants, find the different things that are in supermarkets, and convert them into making baits for yourself, because there's a massive saving to be had there, and we didn't have them available to us in the shops. We had to prepare them ourselves. So what have we got in here? I've got mixed tiger nut, corn, salmon oil. Yes, salmon oil, you can buy that. I tell you what, a good one to use that they use on the continent as well. Sardine oil. Sardine oil is an excellent oil. Also feeding juices, so corn steep liqueur. Don't use a lot of that. There's different things you can buy. And molasses is another thing you can buy as well. You can buy it online, buy it off eBay. If you buy these kind of things and utilise them, it makes a big saving to you, and you can actually enjoy your fishing a little bit cheaper. Don't forget to even put in your sweet corn. Sweet corn in the freezer section or your local supermarket come in 1 kilo bags, and they cost about £1, £1.50 max for some really good bait. Put normal sugar in there as well, that does really well. But the oils are really good. Introduce the oils into your bait. Now that became quite prevalent in the 90s, and people didn't realise that they could do it until later on. And now you can buy it in the tackle shop. So if you can't prepare it, or you don't want to prepare it, go and buy some. You can buy it, it's easy, but you don't get as much. You might get 2 kilo, 3 kilo of bait. If you buy it in a place like an animal feed shop, you can get it in 10, 20, 30 kilo bags, big bags of the stuff. It'll last you all year. Now remember, when you get dry particles, 1 kilo, when you prepare it, will end up like 2 kilo. They swell, they expand, so hence why you need to make sure that they're prepared properly. The first one we're going to do on preparation, that is going to be tiger nuts. So at the end of next week you'll see a vlog about tiger nuts and tiger nut preparation. That's a good bait. That was a brilliant 90s bait. Right, we've got the time lapse on the go again. You know I like to do my time lapses. Just clicking away over there. I'll talk about the lake where I am. Oh, make a bit of room. Right. So this, my friends, is, let's just make sure I get this right for you. I've got a fluid head thing here. This is rainwater. Just there, some lilies. I've got some boilie down there. So I put some quite sweet caramel type bait down there. That's quite nice, put that there. The other place I'm fishing is, there's a time lapse on the go, like you can see. Just there I put the particle right underneath that tree. Not a lot. I'll explain about this lake anyway. This was dug out because this should be on the land of a private power station. Oh, let's get round here so you can see me. Oh, in, out, there we go. Tie that up. This lake, it's called Rainwater for a reason. Oh, I'm not in shot there. Just check. It's called Rainwater for a reason. It was a hole dug out just after the power station shut. Can't remember the exact date now, it's not that important. But it filled up with water. And local kids, like myself and other kids who live locally, we called it Rainwater. It stuck. And now this is called Rainwater. It's been stocked from different areas. And now it's run professionally, properly by Gary. You met Gary in other vlogs that we've done. It's run properly, and it's not got massive fishing. It goes to about £18, so they're not monsters, but it's good sport and it's fun. It's a fun water. Better see if we get some fish now. Some 90s bait.
She living, she golden, she lives for me. Says she lives for me.
Well, good morning. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning and this light seems to be working fine. Looks alright. Most importantly, we got a nice little common. Happy 90s. It looks like it's one of the stockies. This it's in good condition. This light seems to be working quite well. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to adjust the light a little bit. See if we can get the light a little bit better than that. Oh. Let's have a look now. That looks to be a lot better. You can see that a lot clearer now. A running rig. 90s style. I don't do night time very well. Oh, let's put it back. Right, so now it's morning. We've had a fish. I'm tired. I don't feel too great, to be honest. I feel a little bit hungover and I've not had a drink. A bit odd that, so I'm going to start packing away early. I'm going to end the vlog. I'm going to end the vlog a little bit early and maybe pick up on it later on in the year. It's time to have a look at the lake. Looks good, doesn't it? Really mature. As you look down the bottom end of the lake now, there's actually a golf course behind there. That's called the Rabbit. And when I was a lot younger in the 90s, and you looked through the gap in the trees there, you could watch the golfers come down and actually putting out on the green, because there's a green just behind those trees there. It's changed over the years, this place, but it's quite nice now. It took 30 years to become what it is now, and now the fish are going in and coming along. It'd be a good carp fishery. There's another lake at the back of here as well, which is called Hartshead. It used to be a power station, it used to be owned by a fishing club. Well, that's going to come on as well. That's going to be altered in the future. Not sure what he's doing with that yet. That's it.
She comes round and she goes down on me, and I make you smile like a drug for you. Do ever what you wanna do, coming over you. Keep on smiling what we go through. One stop to the rhythm that divides you, and I speak to you like the chorus to the verse. Chop another line like a coda with the curse. Coming like a freak show takes the stage. We give them the games to play. She say,